Dear Diary, greetings everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, and wherever you are. Welcome to my YouTube channel for Dear Diary series and dance covers. Okay, today we were going to talk about my New Year's diary. It's not on New Year, but it's on Sunday, January 2, 2022. Yes, and that day is called Kenduri, Tahlil, and Aqiqah. Right. First of all, before we get to the event, I should say this Kenduri social gathering is where my mom should attend to, but she could not. Even though, not that she could not, but we decided not to because there are 3 reasons. Number 1, even though she is fully vaccinated by 2 doses, she still needs to have her booster. Okay. Second, since she has low immunity and breast cancer. Right. Alright. Second will be, since the event is social gathering, there will be more people, including relatives and friends. My relatives' friends or our friends, parents' friends, dad's friends, or so on and so forth. And third, since she has breast cancer, and then another factor is food, alright? Because my mom can't eat what's called that, meat, like cow's meat, but lamb or sheep meat, yeah, she can eat, but cow's meat she can't eat. And most of the food there is most likely cow's meat, right? Okay. So, yes, not to forget that most of us wear masks, and we wear our traditional clothes, alright? Bachukuro. Where this takes place? In my dad's hometown, at my aunt's house. Most likely there, right? So, since you already know what the reason I do this first is because only the 2 of us, my dad and I, went back to my dad's hometown, right? So that morning on January 2, 2022, which is on Sunday, after my mom had packed her sister's lunch, my aunt, okay, her husband is in the hospital, military hospital, somewhere here in Kuala Lumpur, here, because her husband, my uncle, I think has like Nana. I'm gonna say in English, but I'll try to write down here somewhere. Alright, since after my mom had packed her sister's lunch, we were on our way to drop her lunch at the hospital, just at the door of the lobby. Around 9 a.m., 10 a.m., my dad called his sister, what time the Kenduri is. So she called, and my dad also informed. Well, my dad asked me to call his sister, my aunt, in Campo, and and to inform her ask her what time is the Kenduri is, which is 11 a.m. and he also informed her that we will drop food for my aunt, my mom's sister. Then after dropping her lunch, my mom's sister, we were on our way back to Malacca. That's where my dad's hometown is. After the Sungai Bersih toll, my dad asked me to call his brother, my uncle, because this event is for him, since his wife passed away a few weeks ago. The day that my mom and I our fasting replacement on December 13, on Monday, December 13, 2021. I remember that date because of fasting. That's one, and two is it's a few days after my cousin's birthday. And then, to our surprise and shock, when we asked him where he was, he didn't even left his home yet. Okay, because he's waiting. His son, my cousin and cousin-in-law from Puchong, to his home somewhere in KL with his daughter, which is my cousin. Okay. So he's bringing his son and daughter-in-law, which is my cousin and cousin-in-law, to fetch him at his home with him and his daughter, my cousin. Okay. And on our way back, on our way back to the highway, we stopped by at Linky Rest Area or Stop. I'm not sure how you say this, R&R. I know to say this R&R, but I'm not sure what R&R means, but I'll explain that later. Yeah, because my dad's hometown, which is Malacca, is like an hour more or less. Yeah, an hour drive, more or less 1 hour drive. Then, while my dad was in the toilet, while my dad went outside, while my dad went to the toilet, my uncle, who we call before this, called my dad's phone, and I answered it and told him that my dad is in the toilet, and said that I informed him that he will go back. So yes. Or vice versa, I'm not sure. Yes. And so when my dad came back from the toilet, I told my dad that his brother called him, and he called back, and he called my brother, and he called his brother, my uncle, back for an update. In which case, he is on the way back to Malacca, and he is in the Bangi area, near the Bangi area, not inside, just somewhere where he is. Once we arrived at my dad's hometown, it was drizzling raining. Okay. Why is it raining? Because before that, during Christmas and New Year, it was raining non-stop because of a typhoon or some sort of weather-ish thing near South China Sea, near Philippines. Okay, so it was flooded, at least in monsoon season, those 2 months, monsoon season, and it was flooded near my dad's hometown. Yes. So while my dad parked the car, I recorded the entrance to my aunt's house at the gate. And at this time, my camera here got wet. And I recorded and it got wet, raining wet, and I have something to cover it. So yes. So I slowly walked while I recorded. I slowly walked on a small plank at the entrance because it's muddy at the canopy area, parking area. So I went inside the house to the kitchen in order to wipe my camera here, clean the camera. Since we are waiting for my uncle and his children to arrive without his first daughter's family, I took some videos from the kitchen where they cook the food, and also the kitchen area of how they prepare the food.
Phone đã không biết Abang mak ambil kotak tutup jap.
Aduh, ya nak balong saya rokok ni. Tak pakai mask.
Serang lalu
Tak pakai mask dia ambil apa.
rumah. Ayo. Ambil.
Tunggu apa?
Oh, why is it first daughter's family? Because my cousin, his first daughter is my cousin, first cousin. She and her husband worked for the embassy, like my mom and also my uncle. Him, what do you call that? My uncle, my dad's brother, also worked for the embassy. They work there, he worked there, but if my cousin come to Malaysia, there are many things she has to do in one. She has to do the PCR test, quarantine, and 3 luggage. So yes, due to posting there because of her husband. Yeah, same thing as my mom and my aunt, my uncle, my dad's brother. It should be that family. Okay. Also, who should come also should be my aunt and cousins who live in Singapore, but they could not come because of the travel restrictions in Singapore since they live in Singapore. Yeah. And the second one is my uncle, my paternal uncle in Johor. He should come also, but due to a lawyer coming to his home, to get to his home for the land deed, which I will not get into the details over there. Alright. So back to where should we the event. Since we're waiting for my uncle and his children to arrive, I took some photos and videos, or I would say videos, in the kitchen, from the kitchen where they cook the food and prepare the dishes.
Dia apa dulu? Dia masuk dalam macuan ni belum korek. Ada biasa. Itu biasa. Anak semangat. Bubuk apa bubuk? Semangat macam ni dah ada bubuk. Tak, dia tak boleh dia tu. Kalau hujan air, sebelah tak air hujan. Besok pun air hujan. Tak ada warna merah tu, merah biru. Oh, asyik dan mister banyak. Kakak aku ada mister. Laun. Tahu bapak kita ni boleh game dah? Dia tak tahu kamu ini. Aku tahu tahu game mana. Dia tak tahu taubat. Aku tu mas. Plastik. Putih tu bang.
Jamu dia tu. Jamu tu kopi itu. Belum.
Kakak rakam eh?
Oh yeah, wow, I was, here and there taking photos, making videos and sort of that stuff. I should have taken a video or photo of my aunt when she was taking a photo of her with her 3 daughters and 2 daughters-in-law in the kitchen. Yes, like outside the balcony. They don't have balcony at the house. Outside the house. This is the other side, so yeah. Which I did not took it because I just watched them happily. They put us happily, so yes. Oh yeah, and I had to be discreet here, taking videos and photos here because this is in my aunt's house, and privacy too, right? To my surprise, I guess. Eventually, my aunt's sons and my aunt's 2 sons and 3 sons-in-laws help 3 sons-in-law help the cooking, the dishes, while her grandsons, my aunt's grandsons, help wash the dishes. Yeah, how nice. Then, when my uncle and his family arrived, since this Kenduri is from him, for him, as his wife had passed away, as I mentioned before, it was time for the men to gather at the living room to start praying Surah Al-Fatiha and Surah Yasin. And also I need to apologize for advance here because as I record, I stop and repeat because I don't want to drain my camera battery here, and I might not take any other videos for this video here, for this vlog. Right. Oh, why I say it's men that should be do the gathering? Well, women can. Yes, women can. But since women in the kitchen, so yeah. Because it reminds me of my maternal grandfather when he passed away. Men's at the front while women's at back. Because my grandparents' house is big because my grandfather is a headmaster of his school. And I'm gonna say or give you a picture of my grandparents' house.
Siapa nak main? Tak, aku tak. Siapa nak main? Ni. Afiq. Aku jatuh kena apa tu? Rambut. Kalau oh, anak. Anak mana?
الرحيم الذي لا الذي لا إله إلا هو أستغفر الله العظيم الذي لا إله إلا هو الحي القيوم وأتوب إليه إنك من المرسلين لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد لا إله إلا الله الله أكبر بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل أعوذ برب الفلق من شر ما خلق ومن شر غاسق إذا وقب ومن شر النفاثات في العقد ومن شر حاسد إذا حسد لا إله إلا الله والله أكبر بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم برب الناس مالك الناس إله الناس من شر الوسواس الخناس الذي يوسوس في صدور الناس من الجنة والناس لا إله إلا الله والله أكبر بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ألف لام ميم ذلك الكتاب لا ريب فيه الذين يؤمنون بالغيب ويقيمون الصلاة ومما رزقناهم ينفقون لها ما كسبت وعليها ما اكتسبت ربنا لا تؤاخذنا إن نسينا أو أخطأنا ربنا ولا تحمل علينا إصرا كما حملته على الذين من قبلنا ربنا ولا تحملنا ما لا طاقة لنا به واعف عنا واغفر لنا وارحمنا واعف عنا واغفر لنا وارحمنا واعف عنا واغفر لنا وارحمنا أنت مولانا فانصرنا على القوم الكافرين برحمتك يا أرحم يا الراحمين وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم على كلماتك كلما ذكرك الذاكرون وقال عنك الغافلون والتدريب إله إلا الله
Thank you. lahum warhamhum wa'afi wa'afu anhum Allahumma ighfir lahum warhamhum wa'afi wa'afu anhum Allahumma ighfir lahum warhamhum wa'afi wa'afu anhum Allahumma sawahan mithla sawabi
After the man has finished praying Surah Yasin, it was time for us to eat our lunch. And pardon my manners, I guess. And I have to apologize here once again because I did not take a video beforehand before I took my lunch. Yes, because my dad, even though I bring my camera, he wants me to work, but at the same time I know my cousin wants me to work or not, helping the dishes, the food in water. Yeah, he's restricted at this point, but he's restricted at this point because I do not help anything at all in the kitchen, and I always take photos and videos with my camera. So after I took my lunch, I ate my lunch with my cousin and cousin-in-law, because my cousin can speak Malay just like me, because her family also not both staying here and there, like my mom, her dad, my uncle also both staying in an embassy. However, I did not take any photos, as I mentioned here before, videos beforehand before I take the food and eat. So I eat my lunch with my cousin and cousin-in-law in my aunt's family room. There you go. After I have eaten, I quickly take photo. Take a video. Why am I saying photo here? Take a video of our food, what we ate. Yes, since we can't eat outside at the canopy, at the parking area outside the house due to non-stop raining. My aunt and relatives helped set up our lunch in the big kitchen at the back. So what do we eat? What's our lunch? Okay, here we go. Are you ready? Okay, lunch one. Okay. There are two types of rice. The first rice is normal white rice and nasi minyak. Sorry, the first one is nasi minyak, a rice cooked with herbs. I'm not sure what kind of herbs. Yes, I'm not sure if nasi minyak or nasi campur or nasi something. No, nasi campur is like somewhere we do like buffet thing. Nasi minyak or nasi biryani, rice cooked with herbs or coloring. And the other one is normal white rice. If you can't eat nasi minyak or one or the other, oh yes, we prepare those kind of food. Rice. And so, what are the gravy dishes we have, or what sort of dishes we have? Okay, the first one is carbs inside, cooked with chilies. Carbs inside. I'm not sure if it's stomach and other stuff like the veins of blood or something, but I think it's inside, as in like intestines and stomach. Yeah, cooked with chilies. And now we have cow's meat curry. And then we have veggies tempoyak with greens and patai. And patai means bitter bean or twist cluster bean, or the common name is stinky beans. Yeah. I just took a little bit of veggies over there. Even though it's tempoyak, the patai I don't eat much. Oh yeah, tempoyak means durian, fermented durian. Yeah. And I mentioned you before this. Okay, but fermented durian can be cooked in any variety of dishes. Yes. And then we have fried chickens, salted fish, and goat's meat with black pepper. For dessert, I'm not sure if this is kind of a dessert, but it's kind of like a dessert for us. Yeah. They are curry puffs and also kue apam or apple. Apam or apple. We don't want to get messed up with apam here. Apam is where we have a nutty peanut butter, peanut butter crepe thing, a crepe food, dessert thing, or snack. Kue apam or apam here is made with rice flour, yeast, water, sugar, and coloring. Any coloring will do. Any colorings. It could be white as itself as rice flour. It could be brown, green, pink, red. You know, any other color you wanna put it. You want to cook with big. I only eat rice, chicken, vegetables, and a little bit of the stomach, cow stomach thing, insides, and also I don't take the tempoyak. I did the tempoyak one, but not the pataya itself. After I finished recording videos of both inside and outside, you know, food and whatever I've done here, I sat down on the sofa, and that's where I eat my lunch with my cousin. Okay, in my aunt's family room, and my cousin was there too, sitting. So since my nephews and nieces are playing mobile games on their parents' phone or tablet, whatever it is, my cousin on the other hand got affected by their game mode, so she wants to play a game with me, and her game happens to be Wordscape, which happens to be a very addictive game for English speaking, okay, not native, but for English speaking like us and my cousins. So we played Wordscape from my cousin's mobile phone, and happens to be that I downloaded the game while my laptop was I'll tell you that later. When we finished playing the game, while we playing the game, it was time for few of us to go back home. Well, we want to go back home, alright? My nieces and my nephews want me to take a photo of them in that family room. So I took a photo for them, and while I took a photo, one of my nieces covered her face because she doesn't want to expose herself in the photo in the frame. So yes. So I just took a photo of my nieces and nephews. Other nieces and nephews. Right. So when it was time to go back home, my aunt, packed food for all of us, for most of us, for us to eat our dinner. Don't really have to cook anything at home. So we have those packed food for our dinner, and happens to have food for my mom's sister, my aunt, my maternal aunt. I think, which in this case, my paternal aunt has heard what my dad said that morning, that we want to give food to my mom's sister, and that she also, my dad's sister, give food to my mom's sister. Yeah, I know it's kind of confused to say this on here, paternal aunt. So yes, my aunt here, sister, my mom's sister, my dad's sister. So yes, Anyways, so we're just like, okay, that's fine, it's enough. I mean, not enough, but that's fine, it's okay, because it's her Rizuki, my mom's sister's Rizuki. So yeah, my maternal aunt Rizuki. Yeah. So we went back home on my way back home, it was traffic jam. Oh yeah, going back home, way back home, from KL to my dad's hometown, to Malacca, there was no traffic jam. But when we want to go back home from my dad's hometown to Kuala Lumpur, it was traffic jam as usual. So it's still raining, of course, at my mom's and my aunt's house. Still raining on dad's hometown. So on the way back, I took my siesta in the car as usual, because my dad's like, never mind, just go ahead and sleep, I'll drive. So while I was taking my sister, my dad's drive back home, and happens to be dad overtook my uncle, the older brother, not the older brother, my dad's second older brother, took a rest stop at him and his family took a rest stop at near Seremban area. It's in Seremban rest area or rest stop, and where we passed by him, we overtook him, and we took our rest. Our stop near a gas station for me to take a quick bathroom break, toilet break or whatsoever. So get out that relief thing, whatever. I'll say more details on that. So on our way back home after the restroom rest, we went back to the military hospital where my uncle is there for his operations, and my aunt is staying there at the hospital with him, take care of him. We dropped by the food for my aunt, my maternal aunt, and she was happy, and because this is her Rizuki, her, I don't know say in English, but yeah, I'll write it down here somewhere. Okay, and so we went back home. So I went back home, I took my shower, as usual, pajamas, whatever. By the time I went to switch on my laptop here, my laptop went to a very, I don't know how you say that, but it went to a black screen with Acer on it, and the bottom it says preparing automatic repair. I thought it was just a normal problem, but then when the next day comes, which is on Monday, still the same problem. I told my dad, and also my friends, one of my friends, and he or she said to just bring to the to a shop, PC shop. So I told my dad about my laptop, and I sent the laptop to Lola where they prepare for everything, and also taking over my old data from the old hard disk. However, while changing, I can't even do my previous work, like the Ganti Posa 2021. So I asked one of my friends about my old hard disk, and he said I can still use it. So I told my dad to just go bring a cable, buy a cable, which he bought a wrong one. Then he just took the hard disk, my old hard disk, to load it again, because at one point doesn't have anything else. Doesn't have the converter, I guess. Yeah. So it was the next day or so, and it was the next day that my dad bring back home a box of external hard disk, And to my surprise, he said my old hard disk is the 4 TB. This hard disk, the bulk itself is 4 TB storage. But however, that 4 TB has how you say this, removed and put my 1 TB hard disk from my old laptop here to the 4 TB enclosure, the hard disk enclosure. There you go. External hard drive disk enclosure, HDD. Yeah, whatever. Okay, and to my surprise, when I insert that USB slot, the external hard drive slot into my laptop, all my work, my camera, my videos, my work, everything was in there. And thanks to both my friend for telling me to go buy an external cable, yes, a cable converter, and also thanks to my dad for bringing my hard disk to make it a hard disk drive to an enclosure. And that's how I got my work here and my laptop back. And you might be telling me, what is the meaning of the 3 words here? Kenduri, Tahlil, and Aqiqah. I forgot to mention that. I'll explain later. So let me explain what Kenduri means. Kenduri means something, a social gathering with of a small event or huge event, small or big event, a private or public event, doesn't matter, close friends, close families, whatsoever. So Kenduri could be anything. It could be to selamat, where we have a new home, renovated home, or we want to go back home, or we want to go overseas or something. Could be wedding, could be Aqiqah, could be Tahlil. It could be anything, event of Kenduri. Many types of Kenduri events, alright? The list goes on. Yes, the list goes on, alright? For Tahlil, it means funeral, right? Then it could be a small funeral where, for example, my aunt passed away, only the close family is, close relatives that can relate to that, close relatives close in the house, in my uncle's house, and do the Surah Yasin that we did. Okay, and also for the whoever passed away, has gone to afterlife. Yeah, and for funeral, you know that. That is funeral. Then we have Aqiqah. What is it? Aqiqah also in this event? Okay, Aqiqah well, this one is my cousin's son. She has a 3rd child. Yeah. I'm not sure his name. And let me ask, because I was very shy, very when it comes to layers here. So Aqiqah could be. Aqiqah is an event where newborn child is born, like after 6 months or a year. We will have an Aqiqah event where we celebrate a newborn child. There you go. And while these two both Tahlil and Aqiqah, the food, you can order, cow or korban lembu. How you say, order cow? Buy cows. And also meat. Sorry, not meat. Lamb or sheep. Yeah. For food. Yeah. So that's all the words for the 3. That's the meaning of the 3 words. Tahlil, Kenduri, Tahlil, and Aqiqah. Okay. If there is anything else, you can just go and search in Google. That is what I know of. Alright, the basic of Kenduri, Tahlil, and Aqiqah. Okay. Alright, guys, and that's it for my Dear Diary series 2022 for what? Yeah, Kenduri, Tahlil, and Aqiqah on Sunday, January 2, 2022, and I'll see you guys next time on whatever event is going to come next on Dear Diary Series 2022, and maybe I'll see you guys on my dance covers, right? Bye! 안녕 guys! 안녕! 안녕!